You had entries of you. Alright. Right. Okay.
Sorry about that. I had to go back away. Anyway, Q1. Short qualifying, is that? Yeah.
Yes,
Just
short
reminding
qualifying.
myself of the rules because I'm in so many different leagues.
The problems of commentating so many different leagues. Oh,
Yeah.
Fortunately,
I mean, you don't get it that often, but you do get leagues that do full qualifying, and it takes a while. I'll say that.
Yeah. KJ Gamer. KJ Gamer, I think, was the coolest game first one. Yep, it is. Anyway,
we've seen KJ in the Force India because in every other league I'm in with him, he's in the Merc. He's managed to grab it over anything else.
Must have the car, I suppose.
Is he furthest on track? No,
Kowalski. Stop inside the session.
Good start.
I'll go and even get him in.
Kowalski has got some super softs though, so he's obviously feeling confidence in them. Getting a lot of time in that McLaren as well.
Okay, just say used to that.
Final drag. For some reason I haven't got the tab in the bottom right. You may as well go on board with Kowalski for his first lap. See how his McLaren has been hooked up. Well, hopefully Verstappen can stay in the session this time. He's very quick, he is in DSR for a reason. Does a bit of oversteer there if we could send that actually, but not too bad. That creates a DRS, 2 DRS zones between 3 and 4 and on the main straight. Fairly good. Actually, no, he understeers wide and goes in the grass. I think that may be an elevation. Yes, it is.
I think the second car behind him was KJ Gamer.
Yeah, so I might as well just alternate to him now. Ooh, the start of sector 2, that's probably my favourite corner. And then into my least favourite corner.
You've kind of got to make sure you don't... You kind of have to get tight but very wide angle at the same time so you get the most amount out of that corner. Because it's very easy to take that corner way too tight.
Also, Brazil is not my favourite track just because there's so many different lines that you can take. And just sort of like you've got to be so precise with each line at the same time. You can never sort of make your mind up which one you want because the track's so wide. You know, KJ set the first time to 1:03. That's very quick. We'll see how others stack up. I think Aqua is the next one to come across the line.
The car's in front of him, but I don't know if he's at the same formation or not. Verstappen has managed to get back in. And up that car in front of him. Well, he's not on a lap.
I think he is going to be the next one to cross the line. He is still pushing. He's still got a small bit of battery left that should last him up to the line.
So you know Kowalski will go for a second lap, so I'll keep an eye on him and see what he does.
7.4, so less than a tenth behind KJ. Of course, Brazil being a shorter lap, people, the times are going to be much, much closer than, say, at Spa or Singapore, because they've got longer laps. They're more normally in the late 130s, 140s. I've never seen this lap in Spa against the 130s person.
Kowalski across the line. He was pole position.
I'm surprised many people are actually going on the super soft tyres.
Because I think the alternate strategy for this track is soft tyres, if I remember correctly.
Some people do try and risk it and go from super soft straight to mediums, but that can be challenging. So I think most people just try and play it safe and either just go for straight two-stop or straight one-stop.
He can't put himself into P. He mirrors himself into P4.
I think that worked, went straight for another lap. Oh Christ, I don't know what the heck that was. And he's aborted.
I would say though, if you want to compare this track to any, I'd compare this to Austria in terms of lap time because of how short the lap time total is.
The fastest lap I think I ever saw around Austria. Kino is lagging a bit, so the quickest lap I ever saw around Austria online was, I think it was a 103.7, and that's comparable to Bottas's pole time. So the Austria lap times are actually pretty accurate to real life as well. I remember once they actually lost out on pole, not because we were any slower or faster, it was to the thousandth of a second the same time. It was just because somebody the other person set their time before that they were on pole. Just point out the gap between P4 and P3, by the way, and P5. 2/10 of a second.
Yep.
Actually, no, that's 4/10 of a second. Ignore me.
Yep.
A bit of a brain fade there.
Yeah, it all happens to everyone. I would say this track has seen quite its fair share of famous moments in the past. Several key deciders in real life. I'm expecting a lot from these drivers of the same quality caliber we've seen from drivers over the years.
Of course, it's not title side or sneakers. Well, it's round 1. This is equivalent to Australia, which will be in 4 days, 5 days. Can't wait for that. Anyway, some of the key deciders that I can remember. 2008 jumps out is probably the biggest one. 2012 was big as well when Sebastian Vettel it was actually his fault, that incident, but we won't go very far in on that because
he was quite lucky to survive that, to be honest. The fact that no one made contact with him.
Yeah, it was Bruno Senna that he sort of shut the door on him when he was still there. It wasn't really Bruno Senna's fault.
His infamous just coming across the line, by the way, just also mention. He puts P5. Yeah, that was he was a little lucky in that. It escaped with no damage whatsoever.
Ferrari of Mighty Dylan has just started a lap. Maybe he's on the softs, but he's on used softs. All lap old softs, so he runs on these.
He could be. What he could be is going for a lap in the super softs and then just getting his run at his early tighter laps in the soft tyres. Getting an eye in for the grip of the track.
There's some people, I don't know, they sort of, because track conditions change, but you get, one thing I do have to say, Codemasters have nailed the track conditions in this game. It's just, you can't knock them for the track evolution. And so it just means,
indeed,
you can't really practice in time trial. It doesn't really mean that much anymore, because time trial is, you've got to perfect everything. You can't really complain about things not being right. But here, where track conditions can be different, you've got higher fuel load, you've got different tyres on, you've got different tyre wear. Car is going to behave much differently for what it does in time trial. And it's just, yeah.
On a start, I would say with time trial, if you're on a time trial, I feel like it gives you a false sense of security of what you can actually do. Because you've got perfect weather conditions and perfect tyre grip when you're in time trial. There's just a whole load of variables and actual multiplayer drawn frame mode that you don't normally have in time trial.
Yeah, I can relate to that false sense of security so much. Because I remember in a
time.
Oh wow, not by much, but it is an improvement. I just saw somebody go straight on them. I'm not sure who that was. I think that was Noel.
Yeah, he'll be open for a better round than he did during the pre-season. He did not have a good race. He'll be open for right a few wrongs there.
Yeah, anyway, what I said on the
lap. Anyway, I'll let you carry on the story you run a bit before I've interrupted you there.
Yeah. Oh, track work is tired. The yellow's in sector 2, so has he binned it or?
He's
go on board and press that one to try and see where his car is. I can't imagine he binned it in the slow area, although I have seen quite a few people lose it on the run up between these two corners. No. Has he done a Grosjean maybe?
Perhaps. I mean, the problem with this game is whenever cars crash, you can't see who they've crashed. It just immediately goes into the next car, unlike the previous game, which actually you can see where cars were when they crashed out. I don't know why they did that with this game, but they removed that.
Yeah, I mean, There have been a lot of upgrades to F1 games over the years, but there's also been a lot of downgrades as well. I mean, we haven't had red flags since, I think, F1 2014, so... Yeah, implement that, please, Codemasters, because that can't be that hard to program. Let's be real right now.
Just having a look, seeing if you can see any cars on track at the moment on laps.
Spectating Top Tom at the moment.
Yep, he's had issues. I wonder if he's had issues with him. Obviously.
Sector 2, that's a very quick Sector 2. I'm not sure if I'm prepared to believe that or not.
We'll have to see. Well, also you want the shortest line. He's got a little bit of a toe as he comes up that straight in as well. He's great.
Third fastest.
He's actually at the same time as KJ Gamer.
Wow, he has as well. I only just noticed that. I was on about saying those same times, and look at that, it's happened. And also, look at the gap between 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Yeah. Well, we know
8,000.
It's not going to be improving on his time, so and with the competitiveness of this field, I feel like he'll move down a few positions.
Bottom 3, I think that is through invalidations. They haven't set any laps yet. I think Urban Unicorn, what a great name that is,
yes.
has just started a lap.
Yep, I'll keep an eye on that, and I'll see about what some of the other top guys, because we have KJ Gamer, who's out on a flyer. He's coming into Sector 2.
Force India. But
could be an inherent thing of the car, obviously, because even though the cars aren't equal, I feel like there's a few bits of handling quirks of each car.
I saw TRL Limitless and Fabrizio Davizioso?
Fabrizio Davizioso.
Yeah. And they're not even thinking, they think equal cars, so to speak, aren't equal. I mean, the characteristics of the engine and the downforce are lower. KJ goes fastest by 5,000 for the second, meanwhile.
Yep.
Anyway, they think the characteristics of the car in general are equal, but it's because of the... Hang on a minute, let's see what Kino does. He crosses the line.
We have Infamous through the final corner, coming through the final corner as well. And sort of shortest line to the right, not one to the line. Do a quick lap from him as well.
P2. On a quick one.
107.1.
Oh, look how much is by! 1,000th of a second, he's just missed pole. So the top
have you looked at the gap between Kowalski and P3 as well? 5,000 second time as well.
That's not something you see every day.
There is 110 in the top 6. 110. And the whole field, look at the people have set lap times is only 1.6 seconds.
I'm seeing what some of the others, the bottom 3 are doing. I think Unicorn is about to finish the lap. He's very low on battery. P7 still.
P7? And he popped himself in that very clustered field there of the midfield.
Let's see if any others.
We have AK, who's in a lap at the moment. And little sector.
Again, what I was saying about Denoso and Zero Limited, they were having a discussion on Twitter. They think it's because of the length of the car and the wheelbase is what affects performance.
Wouldn't think Cornwall would be that in depth, but well.
Yeah, I mean,
Killer just outside top 10 for Eki. We have Bacon as well. I'm gonna check on Kowalski to see if he's actually on a lap. Or if he's not. He isn't on a lap. I'll go and check on Kowalski and Bacon, keep an eye on Kowalski. See what he does.
I'll go with Bacon and then I'll switch to Kowalski Bacon Yum, even though it was a lap, was very quick in the pre-season race a couple of weeks ago. There's a lot of understeer in that Williams. He just manages to keep it within the white line. That should be okay. Getting all shaky across the curve. It's showing quite a few actual characteristics of the Williams in real life. In real life? In real life.
It's alright.
And it's P12.
Not much. That's not... Of course, he's coming through the final corner. I want to call this that the final corner, because this isn't really much of a corner, it's kind of curved.
It's a bit like turn 2, quotation marks, to Austria. It's not a turn at all.
Or turn 1 in Russia, we're seeing really turning it. Kowalski was fastest again, a 1.70.
Improved by just under a tenth.
Yep, 0.8087 quicker than KG Gamer.
We'll probably see one more run from each driver, I would do apart from Ackwork, as we like to call him.
Yes. Oh, I think he's trying to find some space. I thought he was letting a car through there. He didn't be letting a car through.
Battlers. Infamous lets him through. That was close.
I was on board with Infamous there. I wonder if he needed a change of underwear for that one, after that one.
They didn't pick the most opportune place to let batters pass. But anyway, he does come down through and across the line. It wasn't an improvement.
I wonder if he got did he do this a very small improvement, or he validated his lap?
I think he may have improved it slightly, but not enough to change his position.
He did improve just. Because his previous lap time was a 1.7341, and he's new fastest was a 1.07325.
Infamous taking full advantage of him doing the overtaking, as he just got toe off on Toro, so he just let past. So we'll go on board, well, not on board, but with him, as he goes through the Lewis Hamilton corner.
Indeed.
Through that Mercedes does look, I think I said this last time in Spain, it does look like the most planted car of the field at the moment.
Yeah. Unlike last year, or either that or 2017, where...
Oh, going on one.
Where the car was... I felt like the car was a bit understeering in the previous game.
I just feel like with the Ferrari, you can be so much more aggressive. Anyway, let's talk about that in a sec. As you've both got VSR and Tom 123 for the win. Infamous goes fastest in the Mercedes by 44 milliseconds. That's a bit of a coincidence.
It's close.
Bacon Yum. What?
And KG Gamer is finished.
A 105.2? What? Are you sure, game? Excuse me? Nah.
What?
I don't believe it.
What?
I don't believe that. I'm sorry, but I think...
does he like
P5, I would say top Tom.
Does he like this track? What? His Arbor Unicorn stops and stuff at a P3.
Wow, good lap from the start, but VSR Infamous goes for another lap. I'm not too
not
sure where that lap has just come from.
I don't think we were even watching him when he did that either. He just snuck up there. Right? He must have had some problems earlier on in the session with him validating lap time. That came out of absolutely nowhere. It was P2 and a 1. I don't think he even improved actually. He was solar by 0.053.
I think the game glitched. I think the game glitched. According to Luca, he crossed the line with a 107.4 and it's given him that time. I'll believe it when I see it. So, if he recorded it, he can put it in the chat and we'll put him in the correct place. But a 105.2, I don't think that's correct. So we're going to go with Infamous being on pole for the minute.
Yeah, I don't think that's correct.
That will put Bacon Yum in P10. Because a 105.2, I'm pretty sure that's well above the world record.
Unless he found some pace from somewhere. Well, that's a thing.
Yeah, this might take a while to sort out, because obviously he's got to upload to Xbox Live, and then he's got to send it, and then they've got to look at it, and then we've got to reform the grid, because we can't do it now. Not to be unfair on Luca.
Yeah,
it's raining.
I was raining for the race as well.
The start as well.
Restart in lobby. I think that was expected.
Yeah. Well, KJ's in chat has just sort of put restarting lobby then. Quotation mark? Well, not quotation. Question marks.
We just see Beckingham putting in on the chat esports ready.
This game. Please, Cody, just make F1 2019. I don't even care if you don't add anything. Just make it so it doesn't glitch, please.
Oh, you said across the thing. Doesn't say. It's because he hasn't probably put this on. Oh, okay. I don't know what could happen here. I don't think some of the drivers will realise what's happened.
Jesus Christ, what is this? What is this? I actually just looked at the clip and it just literally just goes and gives him a 105. Even though he did cross the line at like a 10, and the 106 had already gone past.
Yeah.
I don't understand this game. It's just not very good.
Yep, and I suspect, well, everyone's probably just going to... I don't actually know what's happening here.
Nah.
Cody, can you just make dedicated servers? Like, can you spend a few more pounds just to make a server that work?
Let's make a game that doesn't have a dodgy stopwatch.
Yeah, it sounds ridiculous to have something that actually only crosses time with a 1 minute 7.4 is not the same as a 1 minute 5.7. I think, to be honest, I think that even surprised Big and Young, to be honest.
Yeah,
so
like, I didn't do that time. Anyway, no one's actually... Is there anyone actually left yet?
No one has left the session.
Are we just going to stick with it then?
No.
No one's put anything else in the Twitter chat.
And I do. I mean, even Big Young's put in the chat himself, just saying, so are we carrying on? And no one's responding.
Well, if everyone's cool with it, then I don't...
I suppose I wonder if he could actually just go and back himself up through the field and go back to the position where he should be.
I mean, if he just... I mean, that's not his fault, but to thread back in where he should be will be extremely hard, because everyone's just going to be... But, like, sort of going so hard through the first few laps that he's...
Of course.
Back off, he'll have to rejoin in last.
Yeah, he's going to lose more time. He's going to lose more than he's going to lose a lot more than the positions he's going to have to go back to. So unless the first lap is just a reforming of the laps and then they start the race in lap 2. We'll have to find out.
Right.
Anyways, I will give you the honours of the start.
This will probably glitch anyway. So, I can't see the lights. There they are. It's 3, 4, 5. That was a weird count up. Anyway, it's lights out now. It's going to be a wet start, so it's going to be difficult to get the traction down. Bacon Young gets away very well. Doesn't even need to cover off KJ Gamer. I'm not too sure anymore.
Oh my god, they go 3 wide for the
relatively clean.
They're going 3 wide through the S's.
3 wide through the S's in wet conditions is very brave indeed.
Yeah, I don't know what Bacon Young was doing there. He was weaving about and oh, they're 3 wide again. The back. Oh, there's
a Taurus around.
That's starting to happen. I think that was that was Tom Battler who got spun round. And I think Nigel Dillon has wing damage as well because he could have been spun straight to the path of Tom Battler's.
I think
anyway.
Argyle Racing at work side by side with Tom 123 and Key Mirror side by side with Top Tom. So who's going to come on top on these two battles? And McLaren and Red Bull still side by side. Top Tom gets ahead of Key Mirror, and they're still side by side with McLaren and Red Bull. And McLaren eventually concedes to Tom 123 for the win. commentated on him quite a few times, and I know he's eager. I'll say that.
Oh, infamous. Jeez, the back end there. Yeah, I lost him a bit of time there. Say that like timing glitch making on pole position. He's not actually dropped away from the lead of the race. So maybe he likes the wet conditions. Oh, yep.
Infamous!
There goes Nell from the section. Yep, we are leaving and restarting.
Are we leaving?
It looks like it, yes.
Because
I think we lost the host.
Oh, God.
Yep, we're restarting.
The host is locked in this lobby. Oh. Bloody hell, man.
Yeah, you waited a bit to fit. There was to be honest, there was a long time waiting to call that as a restart.
They wouldn't have restarted if, according to the leader, they wouldn't have had to restart if Bacon let people through at the start. So if you want to blame somebody for restarting,
what we're going for, but it just never happened. All right, well, we're gonna have to set up a custom grid then. It looks like.
Well, we know where everyone is, so.
Yeah.
Well, he said he crossed the line with a 107.4, so obviously knows what he's got. So we'll just put him 10th.
Yeah. It's not Bacon's fault. It's the game's fault for that one.
Yeah, this game's awful. Actually, no. I'll take that back. 90% of the time, this game's awful because it doesn't work. But when it works, it's fantastic.
Of course.
You don't get any issues like desync or just general aids. Anyway, hopefully it doesn't take that long to restart. Sometimes restarts can take ages, sometimes they don't take very long at all. Hopefully it's the latter.
So I wonder, are they going to run with the same conditions they had then and have it with wet conditions?
They should do, yes. Weathered's on custom, so they definitely are.
There's even conflicting reports of what he said about his actual time as well. He said a 1 minute 7.4, and then he said a 1 minute 7.2.
Well, make up your mind, Luca. I mean, it's one or the other.
Yeah.
You can't have two.
Back to the lobby.
That was the only valid lap he set as well.
I do get what he meant though. He said, where was he supposed to be if he couldn't actually go back? Because I don't think everyone would have taken advantage of it and just went straight through anyways.
Hmm. Well, it seems to be filling up relatively quickly, so that's a good thing. We've already got 10, one of them's left. Good.
Servers.
I mean, half the time people can't even get in. I mean, if you disconnect halfway through a race and it's on invite only, you may as well just count that as an engine failure.
Indeed, I don't see why. Like, I think it's the problem of having like if you run a league and you put your league when you actually do your league race on friends only, then other people jump in that aren't supposed to be in the league, and then so on and so forth, and it ruins the experience.
We've got 14 drivers in already, so this is going to be a pretty speedy restart.
We had 19, if I remember correctly, in the first take. Somewhere along.
Most time after restart, you've got people debating with themselves. Oh, I don't know if we could be bothered to do it again. Well, you just did it once, so just stick it in and just do it again.
True.
Don't take that the wrong way, please.
Yes, some people may see that interesting way.
Someone's going to sound clip me.
Yeah, just may watch it disappear in the highlights at some point.
Oh, it definitely will. It definitely will. Someone's going to make sure of that.
I don't do them, so it's fine. I wouldn't be that mad anyway.
Oh, no, I understand, because if one of my friends did that, I would.
Of course. Of course. That's what friends are for in the end.
Yeah, I'm a quality friend. I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah.
I didn't actually check if everything was right in the
As long as the titles and all that are correct and the game's correct, you should be alright.
Yeah, I think the title should be correct. I changed it before, so if it's just gone back to the old one, like it does... Okay, no, it's fine.
Yeah, it's not why it's something.
For some reason it's just untagged and doesn't have a game, so... I'm not right, but I'm not wrong, so I'll just go...
I'm fairly sure if you're on anything like Twitch or anything like that, you can change it on the fly.
Yeah, I just did. And then I'll put some tags in to try and get more people involved in the league. Why not?
Promotion, some more self-promotion, promotional thing right there.
Yeah. Right, esports isn't a category on Twitch. That's always promising.
Of course. Of course.
Because that is not... It's sort of what it's meant for, is it not?
Well, so it basically means when people actually do these things, they actually have to put esports in the title of the actual broadcast, rather than the actual tags.
Let's put 3 in. Racing, competitive, and multiplayer. There we go. There we go. Come on then, lads. Let's go. Just trying to figure out what is going on with this game at the moment. I mean, why should that even happen? Why has somebody just got at their time improved by 2 seconds for no reason?
No, melted that make downs are consumed.
I've never seen that happen in any other racing game.
Of course, it's just one of those things where it's just like, yeah, why is this in the game? Whoops.
I mean, even Crazy Frog Racing on the PS2 didn't have this sort of crap.
Says a lot, doesn't it?
Crap game.
Yeah. Back in the days when
genuinely
people
awful, but didn't have these sort of problems.
To be honest, even F1 2015, which was bare bones as hell, even that was more smoother after sort of the initial rocky release or launch.
Yeah, I mean, what was Lee Mathers thinking? Going, yeah, let's take out the main portion of the game. Let's take out career mode. That seems like a good idea. That's like taking out Ultimate Team on FIFA.
Of course.
Thing is, when you say "of course," sometimes I can't tell if you're sarcastic or you're like actually genuinely agreeing with me.
Ah, sorry.
It's cool.
Yeah, try sense of humor sometimes.
Oh, so do I.
Anyway, so
the offensive side of my comedy as best I can.
Of course, because we don't know if this stream is actually meant to be for.
Yeah. I won't say his name, but it starts with I and ends in LRT Jason. He's almost said a few very offensive things on my stream, and that was... I just stopped him in time.
Just stop there. Just imagining you very, very, very sort of sweaty under the collar.
Like, one of them, he stopped himself and then sort of stuttered for a minute, and I stopped him, but afterwards I just broke down in stream laughing. Like, I was laughing so hard. I wish you could save streams for more than 2 weeks, because
I think if you verify, you can on sort of Twitch and all that, but it doesn't work otherwise than that. But here we go for take
watching
2.
it back. It just shows how funny it was. Anyway, the restart. Making me on his starting 10. It's 40 good. Was Urban Unicorn here in the pre-season? Because I don't remember him.
He was. He didn't have a good race. Okay. He crashed. He was the first one to crash out of the race. He did not have a good start though. There's a Force India that's way off exploring the grass there. That was KG Gamer.
Is the order correct?
I think so. Wait, yeah, because Racing Account had they only got 1 lap and he crashed out, remember, in qualifying.
Yeah, I was just wondering, because KJ was running in P3 for a while, but I'm not sure what sort of overtakes he made on the restart. Now he's P4, so unless he says anything, I'm not going to comment, but
yeah. Well, Unicorn will hope for a better start this time than he did last time, because he had a horrible start last time. He dropped to like P6.
Hopefully, well, to be fair, starts can be even more varied here because of the wet conditions. I'm not too sure if it's going to get heavier or if it's going to stop.
It doesn't look like it's going to get any heavier at the moment. It looks like there's actually some blue sky in those clouds.
The drivers themselves are hoping it's going to dry up.
There are 3 cars inside each other if we go towards the grid.
Yeah, it's just the AI being AI.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yes. So, here we go. We'll leave you the owners once the grid forms up of the race start. Properly this time.
I had a drunk cameraman for a second, then wasn't actually looking at the cars. But anyway, the lights are on. All in the wrong order. But anyway, here we go. Lights out is the start. Similar to last time, KJ gets a very decent getaway. There's 4 abreast, very momentarily in the back. KJ's on the inside of the Sauber.
I think people are 3 wide in nest again.
Jesus.
Verstappen was caught out
in the first attempt.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, 3 wide there briefly. That was almost 4 wide. Someone has gone off. I think that was KJ Gamer.
You can see the
just forced off wide.
They're having a great start, by the way.
Oh, have you seen the midfield? On the back of the midfield for the top 10.
Oh, there's switching positions all over the place. Albert side by side with McLaren. I swear I saw a piece of carbon fibre.
They start Verstappen side by side. They start Verstappen forced Tom out wide. Bit naughty there from Verstappen. Just to force him out wide. We have top Tom and Kowalski as well. Kowalski having dropped from P3 on the grid. Urban Unicorn has this time though had a better start. He's actually still on P2.
Tom getting a bit everywhere, and there's a Red Bull spin. It's Benzilla.
KP getting a very neat loss there. I think Team Mirror might have some lag from me as well, so I don't think I'm going to be able to sit on board with that.
You see yourself a strap on the inside of Kowalski cross to P6 again after losing position. Top Tom, he's gone wide and he's spun. And he's out.
Yeah, Kowalski is out of the race. I think there might have been something said about that, although I'm not sure what happened there.
Either, I don't think there was any contact. I'm not sure what's happening here.
Tom and Tom go side by side.
He just disconnected on my screen. I don't think he has lost any front wing as a result of his disconnection, but...
Team Mirror has had an issue.
Even if it's having massive issues, his AI is stopped on track.
Okay.
What is
I think that's lag.
Team Mirror's Wi-Fi? That is...
It looks like he's playing the game on a hotspot. His quality has left the session. He's had an awful restart. We have Tom on Verstappen. Tom will be looking to rectify and re-overtake Verstappen as to what he did earlier on in the race to force him out wide to the middle sector. These guys are revving quite a bit out in these conditions, and I'm quite surprised by when they come out in corners doing so, because you don't want to light up the rear tyres in these conditions.
AJ gave it, that was almost a double move there, but Tom gets the Sauber. Just in time. Russell didn't hear the lap before, I'm not too sure.
Oh, that's
play anyone else for that.
He's dropped into the back of the field. Gonna have a look. I think he's had an issue at the 7Ss.
I was getting the ball with Top Tom and KJ there. I thought Top Tom was actually going to have a move into turn 4, but of course lack of DRS, he wasn't close enough to make it stick. Is he going to make a move into it? And hairpin? No, he's not.
Tom tried going to get that was never going to work there. You didn't even have a car on the side. KJ is a little white. Nope. Cuts the line off and is able to keep hold of the position. Well, he is wide again.
Unfortunately, nearly as well hooked up as that Sauber.
It does seem to
be able to mount another challenge. Down is much closer this time than he was before. Even without DRS, I have a feeling he will be able to pull alongside and put a move into turn 1. David's going to take the inside line. Sometimes going to have right around the outside, with almost a bit of touch in there. That would have been extremely bad for both sides. Then if we go not to go onto the grass, KJ goes very
and that's a bit of a KJ gamer.
Yeah,
almost very small situation there. Top Tom gets a major switch coming out of that corner. Back into the little off there. He won't make a stick. Oh no, Tom flying off. Tom Battlers and taking the other side by side. And Beckham got moved up.
Beckham is making moves through the field. I think this is the Supercharge Award. Anyway, if you want to see what my Supercharge Award would be awarded to, go back on the screen, see who made most positions on the first 2 laps. I saw who's already up to 5, but I can't quite remember who it was. Anyway, back to this. Tom's just gotten past KJ, and KJ's got BSR Verstappen now.
Oh, there's contact. I think Verstappen got away with wing damage, because that was a fairly heavy clout on the back of the force India there.
I think he's got a bit of front right.
He's got front right wing damage.
Yeah.
That's going to affect him heavily. A cat at work has set the fastest lap. And he's up the inside.
What a move!
Must be great, man. Oh, KJ's got contact from the back. Oh, KJ's not happy with that. But understandably, and he went out wide. And he's let Tom battle. Oh, there's contact again.
He didn't make any room for Aqua.
I know you had issues there, but you've got to have a bit of spatial awareness there. Aquark is, he's not having it, he's not taking any of that. He's like, you push me out, right? I will take possession. Oh, there's contact again. This is not the cleanest battle between these guys.
Aquark was perfectly entitled to do that. That was not a double move. He hugged the inside line. KJ tried to take it as well, and 2 cars can't go through 1 line on an overtake. It just doesn't work like that, unfortunately. KJ's gotten away with most of the damage.
We have Urban Unicorn coming over moving infamous! Nearly. Just got away with it. No more. He's going to have another go at it though. Infamous not defending the inside line yet. He is now defending the inside. To the outside is the Urban Unicorn. Infamous still has the inside line. He's a little wide.
Very good defending.
And Urban Unicorn is showing a lot more potential than he did during the pre-season race at the Catalunya circuit in Spain.
Yeah, I think I'm not too sure what is mindset was, but obviously that mindset has improved, and he's fighting for the lead. The Saubers making moves all over the place. Soon Top Tom is going to have caught up to the back of VSR Infamous, and the Saubers, I don't want to jinx them yet, but they might have a 1-2 finish if both of them get past Mercedes.
Don't commentator Kirsty, I think it's a bit too early. Probably best not.
I'm not that bad with commentator curses.
I know some people that have been that bad. Particularly one race with me actually racing in it, somebody said, oh, this guy's got a chance of it, and then I jumped the start.
Last time I had a race around Brazil, I had massive amounts of screen freeze, so I jumped the start, wasn't my fault, and then I just rage quit, and so that's good racing from me.
Yep. Look like this should exit. I'll go and keep up with Vaser, Verstappen and Tom, I think, open up the penalty board for this race.
I don't even know Mighty Dylan going for it between P11 and P12. I don't even get a good run. It could be on
that one top.
For the last point, maybe.
KJ Gamer's had a major. Has KJ Gamer got wing damage? At some point, like, is he way back?
He's being challenged by Eke, Noel, Dylan.
Oh, guaranteed to happen there. Picking up, come on there. There wasn't enough space. He's respectfully let them have the space back. They've lost time. No, you want to make positions, but
Is he going to hang around the outside? Yes, he is. He's going to do it just happen from 2016, or he's going to hang it around the outside of here.
Tom Battle, I didn't even see Tom. Tom Battle with no room on the outside there whatsoever, which is probably a thing. You only need to leave like a car's width, but I'm not even sure that was the car's width.
Side by side through Magillo is very difficult to do though, because Tom Battlers is now under threat from the other McLaren of Aqua after Kowalski unfortunately retired early on in the race, and I think Aqua might get back right around the outside, just like Verstappen did. Nobody actually goes back around the outside of the other chicane.
He kept that almost within the lines as well there. Well done, Tom Ballard, for that one. Breaking track limits there as well, just making him move around the outside. And he's back up the inside though. Nope, he's the outside.
Is the McLaren going to hold it on? I don't think he is.
I think he fought wide in that one, to be honest. I think that he knew the gap was going to close there, so he just backed out the move. Is he going to go for a dive bomb here, though? No, he's too far back.
Way too far back. If he went for a dive bomb then, that would have been almost certain side pod contact. Anyway,
I will see if I can think.
Major battle on the field at the moment.
We have two battles going on. So Urban Unicorns fell back behind Infamous again. We have, of course, that battle you were looking at with Dickingham and Tom. And also, we have the battle for the final point.
AJ's pulled away quite considerably from these three. Noel, Eke's fallen away. I think he might have made a mistake. He's letting both Mighty Dylan and Noel through.
I think Mighty Dylan is too far back even to think about a move, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh, Noel gets a bit on the grass though. He's gained a lot through the NS's.
That's here. Is not going to be able to do it. I think he's still a tiny bit too far back. I think he's just tried to jink left and right to try and put Noel off. Not making any move here, but
silly. Yeah, it may seem silly, all that darting about behind them, but of course you can only make one move to defend, but to make as many as you want to attack. Oh,
Racing is out. Yep, he's had an issue. I think he has lost it in the place where Hamilton lost it in practice, from the looks of it. And he is out of here as well. I wonder if he's clipped the curve and then the way it's just spun him off. That's a horrible exit for Noel, by the way. Out of the final corner, at the main final corner, he's going to have to defend the inside line from Mighty Dylan. And he's just gone to the pits.
Fair enough.
Made me think that he had wing damage.
No, maybe from the Red Bull and Noel. Oh,
that was...
thought Benzilla just spammed them.
Oh. The man who actually got podium in pre-season, like, who came from near the very back of the grid and got a podium.
I think they did quite an unorthodox strategy, but I think many more people were wishing they took it at the end because it actually ended up getting him a podium. Because of the chaos we had in the pre-season, probably some of the best battling I've ever seen in a league race. And just because of chaos at the end, Benzilla was able to steal a podium.
I think the penalties as well that came about in Catalonia made a difference as well, because he had, I don't think, he had either only had about 3 seconds or he didn't have any at all in comparison to the people around it. Also, having a look at Buckingham, he seems to be, he's revving the car out an awful lot, and it looks like occasionally he's losing the back end as a result.
Oh, battle for the top 3 as well, by the way. I just saw that. I saw the gap and I was like, oh,
what's happening to this? He had quite a gap. What happened to him? He's made
around the outside, maybe defends it, pushes him wide. The Sauber's going to have to be very careful not to hit each other here, but they're both preying on that Mercedes.
Oh, I
think that Sauber is actually just letting through.
It looked like team orders, but it's only the first race, so...
I think what happened then, Urban Unicorn, I think went a bit wide, but then said, since I'm going so wide, I'm not going to rejoin the racing line being risky. I'm just going to let my teammate through. Quite a sensible decision there from Urban Unicorn, because if Top Tom manages to get a move, Infamous will be compromised, and Urban Unicorn will be right back in that place that he started off in. So all the game between the Sauber guys, because the other Mercedes down to P12.
Yep, Infamous doesn't have a teammate to help him out. I will say there's also rule number 1 of when you're racing an F1 is not taking your teammate. I think this might be another look, so it's still too wet, I would have thought, for slick, so I'm going to give another set of intermediates. Indeed, I think it is.
I think that we're starting to, that's why so many people went super soft in qualifying.
Everyone knew this was happening correctly for their final runs. From the looks of it. Yeah.
So since people are putting intermediate now, I'm thinking it's going to dry up at the end of the race. You can see the sun starting to poke through. And they're going to run super soft stint to the end. And some people are going to try and risk not stopping until dry and praying that the others don't catch up to them.
Benzilla just made a move on Mighty Dylan. Seems the Ferrari can respond. Nope. Not able to do something double step. Benzilla's a bit wide though.
Oh, there's a lot of oversteer in that Red Bull. Now I'm trying to understand why he slid Rosie Green Tower earlier.
That sounds pretty, that's a fairly good pronunciation of that actually. VS Verstappen is hit.
Might
still make a move on Benzilla. Will be too far back, and this is the straight eye bomb.
Way too far back.
Verstappen's going to come out in all the traffic though. Urban Unicorn has jumped VS Verstappen though. The undercut.
Another game in a different angle for VSL Verstappen, not just staring at the tarmac on the pit lane. I'd be able to see where he would be. There he is. He's around the length of the straight behind Urban Unicorn. So
and he's jumped KJ Gamer as well.
KJ Gamer's not having the best of runs though. I mean, let's be honest.
I would expect Infamous and or Top Tom to respond, considering that the Urban Unicorn came in, and so did VSR Verstappen.
Top Tom definitely staying within striking distance of VSR Infamous. I don't think there'll be an attack on this lap, but the pit stops could make everything, because no matter what happens, they're going to be told, they're going to think to themselves, do whatever the other person doesn't do. They've been on with the fastest lap as well, by the way. So I can catch up on top 1, 2, 3 for the win.
He's been on him for a few laps, but he just can't make a move. He's been just out of distance of making the move stick. Oh, we have Urban Unicorn in the back of Eke. Should be an easy move on the Renault.
Comprehensive move, I should think.
Indeed, he has got the move and back to the racing line. Now the next car up for him is Mighty Dylan.
Again,
Chris Evans is fastest lap.
Comprehensive move, mostly because of the difference in size. I think it was a difference in tyres. Yeah. 11 lap difference. Yeah, so it should be a fairly simple move.
It should be a fairly simple move for Urban Unicorn on Mighty Dylan as well. He's already going for the move. Mighty Dylan has seen him coming and he has just let him go. Oh, he's not letting him watch space in the exit, but he is through.
Yeah, I'm going to let you through, but you're going to have to try for it.
And he's got Benzola after that, leaves next target, and then he has 10.7 seconds to Tom Butler's in P5.
I think after this car, he should have quite a bit of clean air. So then
and he doesn't have to worry about
Infamous. Infamous has stayed out. Goes top Tom.
I wonder if they'll be monitored. I wonder if they're going. I wonder if the weather's going to change and they're waiting for dry tyres. I think it's happening in
I'm wondering if it does go dry around lap 24 and 2/3 through the race. I'm thinking, have Urban Unicorn and Top Tom gone separate strategies?
Well,
one of them's going to be the good strategy, you know that.
Yep. Because Mighty Dylan has fell back a few positions. I think he's let his teammates through and then Adams didn't let Nicky through as well. Okay, up and then back. Yeah, take it a little bit easy. Oh, Benzilla has seen him coming out and has just let him go. He's seen what he was trying to do and he's like, I'm having none of that. You can go, I don't want to have my race room.
Taken down and Tom 123, still very close, but because of that lack of DRS, they can't get that reduction in rear dragon. They just can't seem to get side by side at the moment. We can see a lot more overtaking action once this rain disappears.
Yeah, it's also
front of Bacon Young.
It's purely just slipstream well, which to be honest, you don't want to be too close to the car in front for two reasons. One, dirty air, and two, spray. Because you're barely able to see anything, but the thing is, Bacon's got to clear Tom because he's got a 3.7 second gap to clear after that and get to the top Tom, who's battling face for Infamous for the lead.
I think these two are catching the top two though, because the top two are battling every now and again. They do go slightly side by side. There's a nice switching barrier on the left there. Take a look.
Oh yeah.
But these two, they're not battling as hard as the top two. I would have thought they'd catch up, because they definitely are visible from Bacon perspective. Bacon Yum perspective, sorry. Well, we expected Urban Unicorn to be putting a bit more of a dent than Tom battling. It's been around 10 seconds for the last lap. He hasn't really... unless he's made a mistake, is that who's that in front of him? Tom 123 for the win to come in as well.
And so both Toms have come in.
Yeah, there's 3 Toms in this league, so he tends to...
Oh,
well, that's helpful.
That's great. Thank goodness for ghosting. And he's been held. Lots of it. Oh, no. Thank you. Okay. We'll see in all this.
So those who... Sorry, go on.
No, let's just say Neke still stayed out. He's on a 16 lap old intermediates alongside the top 3 now. Interesting to see the mixing strategies there.
Maybe. There are some people that are trying to make them last. Because intermediates are extremely resilient. They're not invincible, but they're much more resistance aware than the dry compounds are. Particularly the wet compound. The wet tyre just doesn't seem to wear at all.
I've just seen a massive select for both Top Tom and Infamous. Infamous is in, but Top Tom has carried on.
because I think Tom's mentality is, even if we both pit now, I'm not going to make up that position. But if we pit on different laps, at least there's a chance I could get the overcut and get past him. Is Infamous going to come out? I think Infamous is going to come out way behind Urban Unicorn.
The thing about Urban Unicorn is he doesn't have a lot of DRS. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, it's going to be very close between Urban Unicorn and the VSR. And I think Infamous is even coming out behind Verstappen.
And he has jumped Tom. So the gap is smaller, I think, now than what it was. It was over 3 seconds previous before he pitted. The undercut has sort of worked. But then the undercut has sort of worked for Tom 123 in this case.
As a result of that, Urban Unicorn has the net lead.
Between Bacon Yum and Top Tom, I will keep an eye on Top Tom, see if he fits this lap. Probably 17. Infamous coming. Yep, he has indeed followed.
And Bacon Yum carried on.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's...
I saw that coming as well. He wasn't slowing down in time. That is... They haven't served the stop go either, so that's going to go into his time at the end of the race. But
oh, who's that running side by side? Is Urban Unicorn and no, it's that one. Sick.
But it didn't matter, of course, if he's been coming behind Verstappen as well, but I'm pretty sure he was battling. Yep, he's coming well. He has jumped Infamous though. So the undercut has worked for Top Tom, even though he will have 5 seconds.
I think it was Infamous being stuck behind Verstappen that has helped Top Tom out so much. So Infamous now net 4th. He's got 3 cars in front of him if he wants that lead back, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Bacon Yum's going to have to respond this lap. He's done 18 laps on those. Don't go there. He came through the final main corner. He's coming in this lap. His tires, I think, are well and truly dead. See if he can slow it down. Just.
That was a full.
Where is he going to feed out? I wonder. Instead of how many laps he stayed out.
Oh, I think Verstappen is about to have a go on Urban Unicorn.
Urban Unicorn is left in the space as well.
Yeah, down the inside, Urban Unicorn's going to try and hang it around the outside. He doesn't manage to do it, and that is going to hinder his teammate. Is Urban Unicorn going to let his teammate back past again? I think he is.
He's not.
Yes, he is.
Yep, he let. I think he let off there. Just look at these. The revs at rev counter. I'm thinking Top Tom's probably thinking at this point if Urban Unicorn could be a rear guard for him against Infamous.
Yeah, because Unicorn was keeping pace very nicely with Infamous earlier. I mean, we saw him almost put a couple moves on him. Infamous defended brilliantly. He's going to have to attack brilliantly if he wants that win back. Tom 1-2 for the win is also about to get very interesting. Oof. That was wide.
Yeah, you got to be careful. That curve will be still in the way if you touch it. You're going to put power down at the same time. That will just spin you off. It will spin you off and eat you off.
Up Top Tom and Verstappen going side by side. I don't think Verstappen got the best exit out of Young Sao. He pushes him right up and onto the grass.
I'm amazed that Top Tom making the corner there because I'm quite amazed he didn't run wide there. Very easy to do that there. Here he comes again. Guess what Verstappen has instantly gone defensive. Here comes Top Tom again. Nope. I feel like Verstappen's moving a little bit in the braking zone there. It might be just me, but it looks like he's moving slightly.
I think Verstappen, his car quite evidently is set up more for the corners. I think we've established that because he's able to. He seems to brake much later, and because of that, he's coming back onto the racing lines. You know, he knows he's going to be ahead for the corner. And I don't think. Oh, that is a big dive.
He's going to get the undercut.
He's going to make it stick. He's going to get the switch back down
Down
the outside.
Oh,
He's done another switchback though, up the inside and wins out. Tom's going to hang around the outside, I think he is. Tom on the drier line has managed to get his Sauber from third to first within a couple of laps, but he's going to get slipstream. He's going to try and go around the outside. I don't think it's going to happen. It didn't happen for Tom a couple of laps ago, but as I said, Verstappen did have a car more steered to the corners, and that's a penalty.
Oh, that's his second.
I don't think there was much room there anyway.
I think it's his second time penalty of the race. There's a huge straight going up. BSR Infamous is just sitting back and watching this and thinking, at some point these guys are going to make contact, time makes they might as well sit back. Oh, it's a big mistake from Verstappen. Oh, it's a big bobble.
I saw that from the cockpit of Bacon Yum.
To say that Bacon Yum pitted last, he's coming. Oh! I don't know if that was seen on your screen. Tom 1, 2, 3 just sort of lagged backwards just a little bit towards Bacon Yum and then went forwards again.
Oh, Urban Unicorn just got past Verstappen. I think Verstappen got a big bit of oversteer coming back up the hill after that long left-hander. A sort of on-camber left-hander that's sort of pretty too short. It's quite an enjoyable corner, but whatever corner it is, he's just let Urban Unicorn through.
But no, Verstappen has almost a full bar of DRS. Full bar.
It's at least easier to
hasn't fully gone defensive. He's just leaving the door open slightly. Oh, there's contact. Oh, there's more contact. Oh, Urban Unicorn. Oh, that's infamous.
We knew that was going to happen eventually.
Infamous is probably cursing him at this point because he probably got wing damage from that.
Well, Tom 1, 2, 3 for the win is capitalised off that, and he's now P3 from P5. He's gaining on Verstappen. Verstappen had a bit of contact. That's very close, Tom.
Oh,
that's NASCAR style close.
Oh, calm it down a bit. Calm it down a bit, guys.
Front wing.
I think Tom Urban Unicorn was a little bit over ambitious to try and go down the inside there.
Don't think he's got any front wing, so he's all right to carry on, but I do think Infamous has got. Actually, no, it doesn't.
Well, considering the car went fully,
considering I think
Urban Unicorn's car went straight across the front of him.
I think Infamous brakes just enough so he didn't manage to hit him. Anyway, Tom going to turn around the outside again.
Verstappen. He's oh, great. Oh, beautiful. Oh, Verstappen.
Oh, that's contact.
Oh, that's disgusting. You moved straight back across him, Tom, there. And Bacon Yum is actually up into P2.
Bacon Yum absolutely loves that, and he's capitalised off of both of them and has gone up into P2 from P6 a couple of laps ago. And what a man.
And Infamous has indeed had to pit, so he did have wing damage.
He's getting so much oversteer in that Ferrari. It looked like he tried to go back across on the inside, but when he tried to exit well out of turn 2, he got a bit of oversteer and clonked the side pod with his rear wheel and just caused them both to get a really bad exit off the corner. As a result, Bacon Yum now in P2. Tom 5 seconds ahead. I doubt if Tom holds it together, he's going to stay there.
It's already coming down, that
No
gap.
commentator's curse.
It's already coming down. Because Bacon
Yum's going to have 3 Toms in the top 5.
Yes. Top Tom. Tom 1, 2, 3, and Tom Battlers. It's Tom 1, 2, 3 is going for the move from the outside of Verstappen. Once again, Verstappen won't defend the inside line, almost trying to shut him off as he gets to the exit. He will try and cut back on the Ferrari. There, he just... We know VSR Verstappen's very aggressive in his preventing and his attacking. We've already found this out from pre-season.
Jesus. That was about as close as you can get without getting a penalty for it. He was on the white line. His right tyres were almost in the grass, but he's going to get away with it since there was nothing actually illegal with that. It was just on the extreme side of aggression. I think Urban Unicorn and VSR Infamous did pit. They've now both got fresh tyres and new front wings. They're going to try and be on a bit of a recovery drive now for the last 11 laps of the race.
For those two to only be in P8 and P10, that's not all that bad considering they had to pit again.
P7 now.
ZK has actually got past Urban Unicorn. They're side by side. Whoa! ZK's pretty. I'm still here, you know. I'm not going to let you go straight away. It does eventually get him, but I'm not letting you go just let her fight. Also mentioned Mighty Dylan in this fight as well.
Yeah.
Mighty Dylan and Eki have been very close all race. It seems like they've got very, very similar pace.
I think actually had quite some decent moves from the sound of things, but unfortunately they haven't been able to catch much of it because of the close battle at the front.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Verstappen, that's too wide.
So much oversteer.
Don't go out there. That Astro out there, and painted lines out in that area of the track, you will spit your car out if you're not careful.
Come 1, 2, 3. I saw that.
Almost made that work. Verstappen is on the ragged end. I'm looking at his car in the back end. He's struggling. Oh, top! Oh, come on, Verstappen.
No, that's Verstappen's fault entirely.
Oh, there's contact. Verstappen, you instigated all that. That's your own fault.
Yeah.
And then Tom gets a 5 seconds for speaking of the pit lane. As soon as Verstappen. I'm sorry, that was really deserved, Verstappen. I don't know what you were doing there.
I do have to say, I think I'm going to plant the blame on Verstappen then. I mean, he was just making far too many moves left and right.
Yeah, that's like.
And as a result,
Tom. He's out. He's had enough of this race. He's seen the antics of that Verstappen and said, nope, I'm just not in the mood for this anymore.
Well, the thing we've seen from Spain and from Brazil, it seems, is that there seems to be absolute glorious racing for the first 3 quarters of the race, and then it's just carnage. And it's Verstappen's side as well. He's actually binned it, so
And he has actually binned it, and he hasn't started it. We have him missing the back of Mighty Dylan on his recovery drive. The amazing thing from all this, and I'm not sure if it's turned on in settings for the lobby, you haven't seen any safety cars from all this.
Safety car is rarer than a snow leopard in this game. It never ever comes out anymore. I'm not too sure why they changed it, but you're lucky to even get a VSC in multiplayer now.
They made a change to the setting for one of the patches, and apparently they made it so it comes out from rare to not at all. Because here comes Mighty Dylan, he is defending against them from this. Although he does open up the gap on the inside from this, he's just letting go.
Oh, that's a big lock up.
Oh, he's still letting go, he just had a massive lock up and thought, nah, I'm just not going to fight that. And then try and accelerate. And unfortunately, due to those issues, he gets rid of it. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, about the safety car and everything. Codemasters have the mentality, and it's not a very good mentality, of instead of when something is broken, instead of trying to fix it, they just take it out of the game. Like the safety car.
Something else to try and mask it.
Yeah, they had the safety car glitch where the safety car got introduced once, then it just come out every 2 laps for no reason, 3 laps. And then it was happening again and again and again and again for the whole race. So they pretty much stripped the safety car out of multiplayer. I haven't seen it for a good 30 races online, at least.
So, we have essentially the problem of lining up from missing out. It's probably going to be an easy move as well on the same pit tarmac. Well, he's actually defending the inside.
He likes this corner, doesn't he, for an overtake? Yeah, okay, just doesn't put any sort of fight up.
And then,
yeah, it's just sort of like they removed the safety car out of the game because they had the safety car glitch. Rest of everyone might be Dylan's positions. There's Mighty Dylan is in the pits. Never mind.
Yeah,
anyway,
we've gone to that point where it's just talking about stuff other than the game because nothing's happening.
Yeah, because you've got tyres not really being programmed, well, just generally just not being programmed properly, and they would overheat for no reason. So now tyres just stay at a constant temperature. It's like the 2017 tyres again. The carcass, even with simulation on, they never change temp. So you can just push the entire race and not worry about it.
Apart from if you were on tracks a lot like Singapore and all that, where if you use the hypersofts
like,
in qualifying, they lasted about 3 laps before they melted.
Only tracks with a hypersoft, you can still feel it. And even then it reduced massively. You can still feel it. It does still have the potential to spit you in the wall if you're really pushing. But nowhere near as much as before. You sort of need, if they put it in between what it was and what it is, then it'd be perfect.
This is what we were talking about though, and they apparently don't know how to do either one or the other.
Yeah. It's like, why don't you actually try and fix it instead of just taking it out of the game completely? Like I saw on Como's Twitter the other day, we've updated our forums. It's like, well, you fix the game first, please. You don't really care about your forums at the moment. You've got a broken game on your hands. That's all the replies were in the feed. It's just, well, can you fix the game now then, please?
You have enough money to fix the game.
Yeah. I mean, there's no other way of saying it. This game is very broken in many, many ways. And that's the bad thing about it. Because again, I said it earlier, when it works, it's brilliant. It's genuinely amazing.
That's about 1% of the time though. 99% of the time it doesn't work.
Yeah. And that, every time you play this game, you're just searching for that 1% again. It works, and you can really enjoy it. It's so rare, you just get sort of disinterested in it. I mean, I've become disinterested in my personal league racing just because I've had 5 league races on a row now where I've had racing and glitches. 5!
I will honestly say also that it also doesn't affect you. It doesn't matter if you've got a good internet, because I was hosting another league at some point as like a one-off for someone else who couldn't attend. And I got one screen freeze and that screwed up the entire lobby, and I have about 50 odd meg internet with 80 megabyte upload. And I still got screen freeze.
Yeah. It's like, I remember I was hosting Brazil as well, and I was actually racing. I started getting insane screen freezing, and as a result of that, everyone went on a 1-bar. But everyone went on a 1-bar for everyone else, even though it was fine before. And no one knew what to do about it. And then my game started getting screen freezing in the other lobby we did when I wasn't host, so I just gave up with it. I just left the league race.
I can understand how it's
also
for being a league racer, but because
it was on the straight. It took me 40 seconds to get down the back of the main straight of Brazil. That's how much my screen was freezing. 40 seconds.
Oh. The worst place I found that I had a screen freeze when I was hosting a set, hosting a lobby. I got one at the final corner as I was turning in for the final corner at Kota. As I was turning in. And I got 3 or 4 of them in a row, and they all lasted 10 seconds each. And somehow I ended up making contact with someone that I didn't even make contact with on my screen, because I was backwards on my screen. The third time I saw it, my screen unfroze. And the partner must have had made contact with someone, and he didn't have front white. Yeah,
because now when the screen freezes, you just stop on track. They haven't fixed it, but
the revving at the end of it. You kind of have to hope that you're still going in a straight line, or if you're in a corner, still turning it. It's dumb.
And then one of the other glitches I had. I will tell you two of the other glitches I had because nothing's going on at the moment.
Yeah, it's basically turned the Codemasters bashing this part.
Yeah.
About that.
One of them was I purposefully saved mediums in quali, and then this is at Bahrain where one stop will get you to the finish about 40 seconds ahead of somebody two stopping. I purposely saved mediums, qualified on soft.
Yeah.
Everyone else did it on super soft because they were going to do two soft because they overheat too much. This was before the tyre patch. And then it forced me to start on super softs because it said I didn't have any mediums. Even though I saved 2 fresh sets. That annoyed me.
Right.
The other one was qualifying. Everyone was on green bar. It was all fine. I thought it was going to be that one magical 1%. Got to the race, everyone drops to a 1 bar for no reason. It's just for me. Everyone else was fine. They just carried on. 2 laps, I just left. I couldn't be bothered. I couldn't race. Like, it was like that sort of deal where people were red crossing and you had to keep re-overtaking them over and over again. Imagine that.
Oh, literally rubber banding lag, basically.
Yeah.
He started stopping stuff this section again.
Only just left.
He's rushed at this point. Rubber that. And being I think he's in 6 seconds, top on 3 seconds.
Let's have a look, shall we? Let me go to the race director. Top Tom has a penalty and a stop-go, so that's 8 seconds.
Oh yeah, he's got 8 seconds, I forgot about that. Because he didn't serve his stop-go, I wonder if you can have that removed.
Bacon Yum has 1 penalty.
He has 2. Does he have 1 or 2? I think he got 1 just a lap or so ago.
1, I'm looking through them
That's
now.
when he got it.
And Tom Patlers doesn't actually have any.
He's a good 10.4 seconds back.
Yeah. So I wouldn't think there was much to worry about.
There's no also Urban Unicorn
to
9/10 behind Benzor. On March. 7 lap
to
pressure.
stop raining by now. There's 3-stop strategy in the wet. No, actually no, not 3-stop. 2-stop strategy in the wet. Isn't the most optimum of strategies, but he was catching Benzilla. He's most likely going to get his P4 back. Benzilla has got a 7-lap older intermediate tyres. There's in the grass.
This is going to be moved in the straight.
Yeah, Ben's all over the place.
Also, with DSR is following Urban Unicorn as well. He does go defensive, but I don't know if it's going to do. Oh, he's actually.
I don't think it's going to. Oh, maybe.
Oh,
that's actually get the position back.
It was that again. Fair enough. He's fully exempt for his possession.
I mean, he didn't get a podium last week for nothing.
Yeah. I'm still holding them off. He
gets it back. He's
surprising.
off Urban Unicorn way into VSR.
Oh, this is how much is Urban Unicorn cursing Benzor that he's not got past him yet.
Oh, that was close. He's had a look. He's definitely had a look. Benzilla, can I just point out, by the way, what a great recovery he's done. Because remember, he actually spun up at Young Sao in the beginning. Went right to the back of the field, and he's back in his P4.
I don't realise.
This is so close behind Unicorn. They're going to come on to the final lap now. It's side by side with Urban Unicorn. I think Urban Unicorn just has a bit more legs on the straight.
For that.
I'm not sure if you saw that either.
I was on board with Urban Unicorn. I felt the tap from behind, and I saw the spin round and went straight to the barrier.
Yeah, if I'm honest though, I was on board with Infamous, and it actually looked like it was more desync than anything. It didn't look like he was as close behind. I mean, it would have been a tap. It wouldn't have been a full spin. course, the damage rule on this game means if you make the slightest bit of contact, you're both going round somehow. Anyway, I was on board with Urban Unicorn after his Tom actually comes across the line to win the race.
Bacon Yum!
Even after his demotion to P10, which wasn't his fault, he's come back to win by 7/10 of a second. Tom Battler's crashing his way across the line. P3.
I'm wondering if that will be a. I wonder if Tom will have.
Wait! He's just got a bit more action. Infamous and Benzilla. Infamous went for a dive right to the last corner. I think a bit of contact, but I think Benzilla's going to take it. Unless penalties? Yes, penalties. Nope. Infamous gets P4 anyway.
You got him.
KJ goes up into P4.
KJ Gamer, very quiet race for him. Didn't hear much from him the first set of the race. And Preston also had like a second on serve or top car.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you saw that, but I was on board with Urban Unicorn as Urban Unicorn was stationary on the straight. Eke and KJ were side by side, and they both had to go either side of Urban Unicorn Sauber. Continued going side by side afterwards, and KJ sent one up the inside. That was what you call good racing. Even if yellow flags would have prevented it, and should have prevented it. But anyway, they don't exist in multiplayer.
Is Bacon Yum who? Well, we don't know if Tom will actually see if he can get his penalty removed as of yet. So it's Bacon Yum at the moment who. Well, it's not taking anything away from him though. Started P10. Yeah. He just kind of didn't really allow the entire race. He just kind of followed in the clean air. Let's like to shout out the fact that Tom Battler's you barely heard from Tom Battler's that entire race, and he did fairly well as well.
Yeah, Tom Battler's from P7 on the grid, so good effort from him. He was only one of 3 people that didn't get penalties for that whole race. Kimura, that wasn't him, that was his AI going round, hence why he's 4 laps down. Anyway, the order is Bacon Yum wins the race. P10, so good drive from him. Top Tom Battlers, KJ Gamer, VSR Infamous, Benzilla, Eke, Presto Evans, Mighty Dylan, NW Knoll, Urban Unicorn, Kimura, VSR Verstappen, Tom 123 for the win, Racing Ack Work, and then Kowalski in the McLaren.
Well, that was an interesting race.
Yeah, driver of the day?
I'd definitely have to go with Bacon Yum, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I would as well.
Him and Tom Battler.
I think it's between him and Benzilla for me, I think.
Even him and Tom Battler for me. Both very fairly unassuming races and kind of picked up the pieces when everything went wrong. Also, Noel, who didn't have a good race last week, picked up a point, so good for him in that one. So, I don't know if I'll have anyone to do, well, like what we said, in pre-season voting questions. If not, we'll just end off.
Up to you. I think
we can.
A couple of people won't be in the best of moods after that.
Yeah, I think that's probably that probably might be a thing that might well have happened.
Yeah, so I think we will end it there. And so, yeah, there's not much else we can say. Thanks, Sambo, for commentating with me.
Yep, it was a pleasure. And now, I think it's Mexico next.
Mexico, so that means
Rodriguez.
Yeah, we are on an alternating calendar now as a result. So not is it WOR? We're not trying not to interfere with.
It's the URC.
URC. Completely different league. Anyway, didn't even get one of the letters right. Anyway,
we'll end off the stream there.
Yeah, he has been.
It always came down to